It is quite clear that we are currently under a global overtake of a certain virus said as COVID-19, and the world is basically under a state of emergency. Now, whether you're watching this in the now, since this is uploaded, or in the future, I want to wish you guys the most hope for you and your family and your loved ones, that you guys don't catch this, that you guys are just taking safety precautions and staying healthy, and hope you for the best. It's quite crazy how this has taken over. I live in Canada, in my province. In the past 2 days, we've had a total outbreak of 150 brand new cases, which makes today a top of 276 with 8 passes, I believe. But anywho, I just want to say, hope you guys are safe, and if this is in the future you are watching this, I hope you did well. Anyways, what is going on, guys? Today we got a brand new video with the MazdaSpeed 3. Now, fun fact, this is take number 2 of this video because I bought the wrong part when I first did my shopping. So I did the whole intro, I did everything, and then boom, took the part out. Realized when I put the new part in, it was the wrong part. So anyways, today we're going to be doing some LEDs in the MazdaSpeed 3. Now, if you guys know, my MazdaSpeed 3 is a US model, which means that it did not come with HIDs, but it did come with halogens. So today we're going to be doing the LED install in the MazdaSpeed 3. If you guys know, I do have red LED fog lights in the MazdaSpeed 3, and so today we're also going to be doing the fog lights, not just the headlights, but the fog lights as well. As you guys can see here are the fog lights, and in this box are the brand new headlights. Now, what really made me take action in this is that I got pulled over for having the red fog lights. I also kind of got pulled over for having rear LED turn signals, just because they were quite blinding. Finally took the action to get some LEDs and switch out the red ones so I don't get pulled over again, and just so I can see better at night. Now, for anybody that tells me that LEDs aren't meant for these cars, I'll tell you one thing that I know that is a fact, and that is true. Brand new vehicles have these things called projector lens. As you guys can see right here, this is our headlight housing. This is the DRL housing. This is a halogen housing. This is a projector lens. Brand new vehicles have projector lenses. Brand new vehicles also have LEDs. These cars also did have HIDs, which HIDs are pretty much the same as an LED. You guys can argue that if you want. I'm not here to argue. I'm here to tell you that LEDs are safe for these vehicles, and they are not blinding, but will help you see better if properly aimed. So after showing you those fire facts, let's go ahead and crack straight into this box. Alright, let's unbox this bad boy. These are H7s, while I believe these are HB4s. Could be wrong, but I believe I'm correct. Go ahead, unbox, and see what we got today. Okay, so we got some gloves. I'm definitely going to put those on just for the meme. Maybe I shouldn't put them. Go ahead, pull the bulbs out. And here you guys have a simple, hopefully useful bulb. It's got the same sort of outfit that the H7s would, so that means we're good to go. And if I'm correct, this honestly should fit with the dust boot. We will find that out once we do put these in. So here are your bulbs, and here are the fog lights bulbs. With the headlight bulb being the most difficult thing in this car to take out, we're going to start with that. I'm going to try and explain it to the best of my ability, as some of you guys might actually just be here just for the clip technique that the first gens use. Try to explain it to my best, but I'm not going to be able to show you clearly on how to do it. I've done this multiple times. It's also taken me 3 hours to do one set of bulbs before, but let's go ahead and get started. So probably the easiest side to show you guys is on this side. So let me try and line you up as good as I can, and we'll try and get started with this. So this is the best I'm going to be able to line you guys up with. So first off, we're going to go ahead and remove this clip that is seen right here. Next, go ahead and take your dust boot off. Now, once you get to this step, this is the worst step ever. Now, in my belief, I believe this clip that sits right here that I'm pushing on, this is the clip that holds the bulb in. Now, if I believe it's true, I believe that it hooks onto a little screw that sits in here. Now, I might be wrong, I might be right, who knows? Basically, the whole objective is to get this clip round in some way to hold on to that screw or whatever's in here to hold the bulb into place, which, as you guys can see, it's clearly in place. So to remove this, you should be able to just push and it should unhook. Go ahead and remove that and you'll get the stock bulb out. Once you're done that, go ahead and remove the bulb from the socket. As seen, you're now done with the bulb, but you're gonna wanna keep this little piece. Go ahead and take your new LED. Now I believe that the pin where it sits in the housing goes to the top to your shoulder, I guess you would say. So if you go ahead and put that in, it goes immediately into place. So I'm gonna go ahead, put this clip down, and let's see if we can work it. This clip's not having a fun time, boys. Just so you know, I'm about 7 minutes into this. It is not easy whatsoever. Actually, you know what? If you guys can see it like that, it's sitting in position. The clip hasn't even gone all the way down, but this holds it in place really well. Like, I'm moving that and it's solid. So I think you guys might have it easy with this setup. Let me go ahead and plug it in, make sure everything looks okay. It looks like we have completed the headlight on one side. And if we go down like this, see that it blinds us at approximately the same time, but there is no different blinding properties because this is a projector lens, just to make that clear. It's already looking 100 times better, and I am pretty stoked on that. So now that we're done this headlight, I'm gonna go ahead and put the dust boot back over it. We're gonna go ahead and take out that fog light because that's the hardest side, and I wanna show you guys how to do that side. Let's go ahead and get started. So the easy way of doing this side's fog light, we get down here, go ahead and remove the 2 fender clips that holds this fender tray on, and you can pop your head in here, which then you can see the fog lights would be approximately right in the middle of the camera. Now unfortunately I'm going to be in the way for most of this, so I'll set you guys down. You can see what I'm doing. I would suggest unclipping the fog light first, then unscrewing it out. Might be a little easier, at least I've had experience that way. So let's go ahead and pull this one out too. Once you get it in, go ahead, twist it, take your plug, go ahead, plug her in. Now as you guys can see, the new fog light is in. Now I noticed with this LED, because of the projector lens on the end of the LED, it is a little bit brighter. And when I mean a little bit, it is quite a bit brighter. It comes to the point where it's a decision. The red fog lights don't have that projector at the end, so they're a little bit more dull. But if you're looking for a brighter fog light, this is definitely the way to go, and this is the bulb to use. We will see what it looks like at night, if it is too blinding or not, but can't tell you. We'll have to see. So I'm gonna go ahead and work on these 2 now, and I'll see y'all when I'm done. There's a couple things that I need to point out. Quick disclaimer, these LEDs the headlights, Jesus God, those are bright. These headlights will not work on this car unless you modify these headlights to work, these bulbs, should I say, to work on this car. Now I'm gonna explain that because I actually figured out, first time in 3 years, how these bulbs and these clips work to connect into the housing. So I'm gonna go take a look and see what we can do. But on the other hand, hella bright, okay? If you guys want comparison, take your car, put it in the garage. That's your comparison. So here I made a little diagram of how these headlights work. Now with your stock halogen bulb, there is that backing plate that we took off, which the wire plugs into. So I don't have that with me, but let's pretend that's still here. So the piece that we took apart and that we connected to the new LED, let's pretend that is still on there. So think about it this way. This is how the whole clip works. Now this is gonna be a little confusing the way I'm gonna show you, but try and imagine it in your head. And when I tell you about this, look at your housing with a flashlight, and you guys will see. You can see 2 screws just like this. And I don't know which side I'm looking at here. This is reverse, my apology. But one of the screws has the pin connected to it. The pin that I was talking about. The one that flips around, does all this, yada yada. And there are 2 sides of the pin, okay? So let's pretend this is the top side of the pin with the squirrelies and yada yada, because that's their main focus. So that pin sits on this screw. Basically what happens is when you put that bulb in this way, and let's pretend that backing plate is still on here. So when that backing plate is on, this plate right here is extended to approximately, probably about right here. This pin then wraps backwards, and right here there's a little sleeve right underneath this screw, the screw that doesn't have the pin attached. And basically what this does is this pin goes into the back of this, or should I say the extended piece goes in the back of this and bends and hooks under the sleeve on the other side, which then secures this, because that little prong that you don't see is holding this already, but the bendy part that you're pushing down pushes against the back of this and then holds it with that little sliver piece, and it hooks in behind there, and that's how that bulb stays in. Now, I don't have one of the LEDs out to show you, but this is approximately what it looks like, except with the extension out this way. That's how thin it is when it needs to be approximately out, I'd say that far. So a good thickness. So I rigged it. Unfortunately, I rig everything, and I was able to manage to basically put on a ring, just like so, just to kind of make that thickness, and I was able to hold this ring into place, put that screw around, and I was able to lodge it on there and hook that pin into it. It wasn't actually in that sleeve, but it was in the housing, and it's now sitting there and it's secure. Now, this is only temporarily. When you go and get bulbed, you have to somewhat make sure that there is some sort of thickness that it can hold on to, but the same size as this piece that sits in there and locks it, or you're going to run into some issues. Now, if you have any rubber bushings that you can slide over the new LED to add that thickness, then that would be fine. But unfortunately, I'm not going to be linking these headlights in the description, because for someone that is new to this and wants to put LEDs in their headlight, you're not going to have a fun time, must I say. But other than that, the headlights are in the MazdaSpeed 3. Let's go take a look at it right now, and I'll show you how bright these are against the garage door. So as you see, it is quite dark now. We come in here and we take a seat. I'm gonna turn the headlights on without the fog light, and you guys will be able to take a look at how bright this actually is. As you guys can see, there is a little bit of shadow on top, but there is a solid line that goes all the way across. Adjust your headlights if needed to be, but I believe these work well, and they do their job too. And they didn't seem too blinding, which is also good. Now, if you guys want to compare these to a halogen, go ahead, take your car, do the same thing I'm doing right now, and you can tell the brightness difference. As you guys can see, they're not overly, they're not blinding. I've already double checked. They're a good brightness. They're in a projector lens. They're doing their job. So I say successful, besides the rigged part. Anywho, with that being said, that is the video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys have any questions or comments on this video, I know it was a little less helpful than what you probably would have wanted it to be. Fortunately, like I said, I will not link these LEDs, and try and find that thickness that you need so you can put an LED in your projector lens on your Mazda 3. Other than that, the fog lights will be in the link in the description, because they work, and they worked out quite well if you guys want to use that kind of brighter LED fog light. But anyways, stay safe with this whole virus outbreak that's going on right now. I will do my best to self-isolate, and I hope you guys do the same. Don't go out if you need to, because there's just no point, okay? Stay safe, stay healthy. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to hit that like button. Also, subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications. Other than that, guys, keep it real. I'll see y'all in the next one.